Here's a question that sits at the back of a lot of people's minds, and almost nobody says out loud. Is my cat actually okay? Not fed, not vaccinated, not technically healthy, I mean genuinely doing well. Because a dog will tell you. A dog will throw its whole body at you and leave you in no doubt. A cat won't. A cat will sit across the room, do something small with their eyes that lasts half a second, and that was it. That was the answer. You either caught it or you didn't. And that's the frustrating part of living with them. They are telling you constantly in signals so quiet and so easy to walk straight past that most owners spend years never realizing they were being told anything at all. Hi everyone, I'm Leo Bennett, your neighborhood cat guy. Today I'm giving you 6 signs your cat is genuinely well cared for. Not a checklist of things to buy or do, 6 things your cat is already doing that you can look for tonight that tell you the truth about how they feel in your home. Because here's the truth underneath all of it. Your cat is answering that question every single day, and almost nobody ever hands you the translation. That's exactly why I wrote the Happy Cat Manual. Everything I've learned about reading cats, all in one place, over at leobennettsecrets.com. Go take a look if you want more happy years with your cat. That's all. Now let's start with the simplest one of the 6, and it happens the moment your eyes meet. Sign number 1. Watch what their eyes do when you look at them. Sit across the room from your cat and just catch their gaze. Sometimes they'll look back at you and let their eyes drift half closed, slow and relaxed. Not a quick blink, a soft narrowing of the lids, almost sleepy. Behavior researchers call this the slow blink, and a team at the University of Sussex actually tested it. When owners slow blinked at their cats, the cats slow blinked back more often. And when total strangers slow blinked at cats they'd never met, those cats were more willing to walk up and make contact afterward. To understand why that matters, you have to know what a hard stare means to a cat. In their world, locking eyes is a low-level threat. It's the kind of look that starts a fight. So when your cat looks at you and then deliberately softens their face into that slow blink, they are doing the exact opposite of a threat. They feel safe enough with you to let their face go completely. It also gives you an easy read on how calm your cat is generally. Soft eyes, half-open lids, no tension around the whiskers. That's a comfortable cat. Sometimes one eye closes more than the other. Some people call it winky eyes. Same meaning. And you can answer back, which I really think you should try tonight. Catch their gaze, relax your own face, close your eyes slowly for a second or two, then open them again. A lot of cats will return it. Some will keep going back and forth with you for a while. And watch for the contrast too. Wide fixed eyes, a locked stare, a stiff body. That's a cat who's uneasy. The soft, sleepy version is the one that means trust. So their eyes give you one signal, their tail gives you another, and you get it the second you walk through the door. Sign number 2. The first thing their tail does when you come home. If it stands straight up, tall, with just the tip tipped over at the top, you're seeing one of the friendliest greetings a cat can give you. Scientists call it the tail up, which I appreciate for being exactly what it says. And here's what makes it special. The wild, solitary ancestors that house cats came from do not greet each other like this. The tail up appears to have developed during domestication, as cats started living close together and close to people. It's a signal the species built specifically for getting along in groups, and with humans they trust. So a cat who raises their tail for you is using something that took thousands of years to form. When that tail goes up as they spot you, it's a greeting and an invitation at the same time. It usually comes with the body angled toward you, maybe a soft trill, maybe a hip rub a moment later. They're approaching you on purpose and asking to interact. What makes it a care signal is how freely it happens. A cat who feels safe, well-fed, and settled offers the tail up often and easily, because in a calm home, you walking in is genuinely good news. The contrast matters. A tail held low, tucked tight, or puffed up to twice its size carries a very different message about fear or stress. The relaxed vertical tail with the curled tip is the friendly one, and once you start watching for it, you'll see it all day. The tail goes up on the walk to the food bowl, on the way to the window. It stays up as they follow you room to room. Every one of those is your cat feeling good about being near you. That covers your cat while they're awake and moving. The next one they only show you when they feel truly safe. Sign number 3. Pay attention to how deeply they sleep. Cats are built to stay alert, even while resting. In the wild, a cat who sleeps too deeply out in the open is an easy target, so their sleep is wired to stay light, one ear half listening, ready to wake at the smallest sound. Which means when your cat drops into a deep, heavy, completely switched off sleep, that is a strong statement about how much they trust their surroundings. The belly is the clearest version of it. A cat's stomach is their most exposed area, with no rib cage protecting the organs underneath. So when a cat rolls over and leaves that belly open, especially out in the open or right next to you, they're telling you they don't expect any danger at all. It's the most vulnerable position a cat will ever take. Look for the small details. Paws that twitch and whiskers that flicker mean they've sunk deep enough to dream. The body goes loose and floppy, flopped fully onto one side, sometimes with a leg sticking straight out. A cat who feels even slightly on edge does not let go like that. One important warning though. An exposed belly shows comfort. It is not an invitation to rub it. For a lot of cats, that soft stomach stays a no-touch zone even with people they completely trust, and reaching for it can earn you a quick swat. Leaving it alone is part of why they keep feeling safe enough to show it to you in the first place. And where they sleep matters just as much. A cat who picks a spot near you, on your bed, against your leg, in a chair that smells like you, is including you in the place they feel safest. They have the entire house to choose from. They keep choosing the spot with you in it. Sign number 4. Notice how they walk up to their food. Eating leaves a cat exposed. Head down, eyes on the bowl, attention off everything around them. In the wild, that's a genuinely risky moment, which is exactly why the way your cat approaches a meal tells you how safe they feel. A well-cared-for cat eats with calm confidence. They walk up at an easy pace, settle in, and eat at a steady rhythm without flinching at every sound. They don't gulp it down like it might be taken from them. They don't pace around the bowl for 10 minutes working up the courage. Eating calmly, often right out in the open while you move around nearby, means they trust that nothing bad is going to happen while they're distracted. A steady appetite is part of that picture. A cat who comes to meals with interest, eats a normal amount, and walks away content is usually a cat in good health. Sudden changes, ignoring food, or acting hungry all the time, are worth raising with your vet because appetite is one of the first things to shift when a cat feels unwell. Water deserves a mention too, because cats are naturally light drinkers. Many descend from desert-living ancestors and never developed a strong thirst drive, so they take most of their moisture from food and only sip a little the rest of the time. Thoughtful care usually looks like fresh water available, sometimes in a wide bowl or a gently running fountain, placed a little away from the food. Cats tend to prefer their water set apart from their meals, an old instinct about keeping the drinking source clean. You can read good hydration in the overall look of them. Bright eyes, skin that springs back when you gently lift it, steady energy. You don't need to track every sip. What you're looking for is a cat who eats and drinks like life is easy. Sign number 5. The reason they still act like a kitten. Your dignified adult cat suddenly drops into a crouch, wiggles their back end, and launches across the room after a toy, a shadow, or sometimes nothing at all. The zoomies. The ambush on your ankle, the extremely serious stalking of a crumpled receipt. That drive to play is one of the strongest signs of a thriving cat, and here's why. Play is rehearsed hunting, and a hunt follows a set order. Stare and stalk, chase, pounce, grab, the pretend killing bite. Then, ideally, a reward at the end. When your cat plays, they're running that entire built-in sequence, and finishing it leaves them deeply satisfied. Play takes 3 things, which is what makes it such a useful signal. It takes energy, which means a healthy body. It takes confidence, which means a safe environment. And it takes a relaxed mind, which means low stress. Cats who feel sick or scared or tense go quiet and still, and they stop playing. So a grown cat who still pounces and wrestles and races around is showing you all three of those are in place at once. And there's one simple way to make play better that a lot of owners miss completely. Let your cat win. A laser dot that never gets caught can leave a cat wound up and frustrated because they never get the capture. So every so often, land the dot on a real toy they can grab and bite, or switch to a wand toy they can sink their claws into at the end. Catching the prey finishes the sequence and leaves them feeling successful. Age changes how play looks far more than whether it happens. A kitten is a tornado. A senior might prefer a slow, careful bat at a feather or a short stalk across the rug. The energy gets gentler over the years, but a senior who still perks up for a favorite toy is telling you they still feel good. And that brings me to the last one, which I think is the most reassuring of all 6. Sign number 6. Why they wander off and come right back. Watch your cat through an ordinary day. They explore for a while, they nap somewhere on their own, they sit at the window, and then for no obvious reason at all, they wander back over to find you. A rub against your leg, a jump onto the couch beside you, a glance to check you're still there before they settle down again. That pattern, moving away, coming back over and over, is one of the deepest signs of a well-cared-for cat. Behavior researchers explain it with the idea of a secure base. A cat who feels truly safe treats their favorite person as a reliable point to return to. And being anchored that way is what gives them the confidence to roam and investigate and do their own thing, because they know they can come back to safety whenever they want. The wandering off comes from confidence. The coming back comes from trust. You need both. And this is the part that surprises so many devoted owners, so I want to say it clearly. A cat with a strong bond will happily relax when you leave the room. They'll nap in another part of the house and live their own small routine. That is not distance. That's the whole point. They still choose again and again to come and find you. You see it in the small check-ins. The cat who appears in a doorway just to see what you're doing. The one who follows you room to room at an easy distance. Not clinging, just keeping you in sight. The one who handles a few hours alone and then greets you warmly when you get back. That balance, doing their own thing and still coming back to you, is something a cat only offers when they feel safe and their needs are being met. It's the result of everything else working. So here's the one thing I want you to take from tonight. You don't need your cat to be dramatic about it. 6 quiet things: a soft blink, a raised tail, a belly-up nap, a calm meal, a pounce at nothing, and a cat who keeps choosing to come back to you. That's the whole report card, and it's been sitting in front of you the entire time. And if you're the sort of person who worries about whether you're doing enough for your cat, you're almost certainly doing more than you think. Worrying about it is a sign of exactly the kind of owner who ends up with a cat that slow blinks across the room. So tell me in the comments, which of the 6 did you already catch your cat doing today? I'm Leo Bennett. Go and slow blink at your cat tonight. See if they blink back.